are starting a new segment called Back to the Basics. And let me explain what that is first. We are all on different journeys with quilting, on different levels. There's way advanced, there's basic beginners, there's all those steps in between. So I don't know where you fall, but we are going to start from basic step one. Basic. If this is something you don't need, you can just scroll on past. If not, you can listen. You'll learn some stuff, hopefully. And even if you think you know it all, you still might learn something. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from the basics so that everybody can learn along the way. Even if you learn one little nugget of something today, that's something new that you've learned under your belt, so you are good to go. So that's what we're going to start with this segment. Today's portion of the segment is just going to be what you need to get started. So let's get started with that. The very first thing you're going to need is a sewing machine. While there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different kinds of sewing machines out there, you just need a basic sewing machine. You can get one that's got all the bells and whistles on it, or you can get one that's nothing but a straight stitch. That doesn't matter. I mean, it does if you're going to use it a lot, you're going to want to be more specific. But if you're a beginner and you don't even know if this is going to be for you, I would start with a basic machine. Let me show you some things I would definitely want to pick in that machine. I would want a pretty good throat space. This space in here, I would want a pretty good space in here because that's your workspace. So there's some that have this tiny little area. I would try to avoid that machine. That's just me. Everybody's different. But I like a pretty good, this is about the smallest I would want on my throat space, which is this space right here. Then I would want an automatic threader and an automatic cutter of the thread. That's my two go-tos that I want to look for in my machine, is the threader and the cutter. Beyond that, I'm just doing straight stitching. Now, before I started quilting years ago, I made curtains and clothes and dolls and pillows. I mean, I made pretty much it all. But when I started quilting, that's all she wrote. That's all I want to do now. I don't want to make all that other stuff. I probably could go back and do it, but I don't really want to. So for me, all I need is a straight stitch. That's just me. Everybody's different. So that's the machine. The next thing you're going to need is, of course, fabric. You don't have to buy these pretty bundles of fabrics. You can. These are my favorite. The bundles that are already put together, but we'll go over those later. You'll just need fabric, whether it's a piece of fabric, a cut of fabric, a bundle. You'll need fabric to get started. That's obvious. Then you're going to want some bobbins. And if you're like me, I don't want to sit and wind my bobbins all day long. I sew a lot, so I want my bobbins ready to go. If you don't sew a lot, you could make your own bobbins. Even if you do sew a lot, you can make your own bobbins. But if you don't sew a lot, you can wind 1 or 2 or 3 bobbins, no big deal. But me, I sew a lot, so I like boxes of bobbins, and I keep them near my machine at all times. That saves me a load of time. So bundles of bobbins, or a bobbin or 2 to get started. You'll obviously need thread. You're not getting anywhere if you don't have thread or the bobbins, so you need those. There's a lot of different threads too, but just a thread, just a basic thread to get started. You're gonna need scissors. There are lots of different kinds of scissors. There's the Ginger scissors that are, oh, I can't even go into how much I like these scissors. It cuts like you're cutting butter. I mean, it is wonderful, wonderful scissors. Then you've got embroidery scissors with this little hook on it, the little bend, the curve. These are great for when you're getting into tiny little areas. This little pointy and the curve helps you get into those areas. So there's different kinds of scissors you'll need, but again, to get started, just a basic pair of scissors. You're gonna need a rotary cutter. There's lots of these too. We'll go over these later. but you'll need a rotary cutter and a cutting mat. All of these items we sell here at the shop. If you have any questions with any of these, feel free to reach out to us, contact us. We'll help you try to pick whatever you need. You may not need the best of the best, and you just want the basics to get started. So there's a lot of different options in all of this stuff, and there's a lot more that you would need to get started. Well, I forgot about the ruler. You're going to need a ruler to get started to cut those cuts. And this is a suction device that we put on top of our rulers, and it holds it to where it doesn't slide when you're cutting your fabric. So this to me is a must. You don't have to have it. You could do it with just the ruler. You do have to have a ruler, but you don't have to have this. But to me, this is a basic. I'm not doing anything without this on top of it. So that is my basics in a nutshell. There is a host of other items we could add to this. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands, of notions here at the shop that we could add to this. But to get started, if you are a very beginner and you're wanting to get started on quilting, these are the items you'll need. So I hope this helped you in some way today. In the next segment, we'll start going over more detail, like the different scissors and what you need them for, or the different rotary cutters and what you need that type for and how they work. There's a lot of other things we're going to go over, but I'm wanting to get this segment started because we get so many questions daily about what I need to get started, or do I need this, or do I need that, or how do I use this, how do I use that? And while we do it all day, every day, everyone else doesn't know this. So we're trying to help everyone get a feel for what everything does, what you need, what you don't need, how to use it, how not to use it. So I'm hoping this helps somebody. Even if it helps just one person, that's better than nothing. So that is about all I've got right now. If there's something you want us to go over in a future segment, let us know. Contact us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, texting, call the shop, whatever you want to do. Just get in touch with us and we'll try to cover whatever it is you're talking about, that you're asking about. So until next time, first off, don't forget to vote for the best quilt shop in the state, which is So Charming Quilt Shop at Clanton, Alabama. No other ones, just us. Don't forget to vote. The website for that is lqscontest.com. That's lqscontest.com/vote. And it stands for Local Quilt Shop Contest.com/vote. Hit the add button and all the quilt shops will come up. Search for So Charming Quilt Shop, or just key our shop name into that field and it'll populate it, and So Charming will pop up. Then you can finish the voting. It only takes about a minute, if that. And we appreciate those votes. And until next time, you guys have a great day. Let us know what you want to see in future segments. Like and subscribe, and happy quilting.